Hey everyone, and welcome back to Make the Music. Today I'm going to be exploring the infamous Megadeth remixes. There's so many of them for some reason. Why, Dave? Why? I mean, 1 out of every 10 of these remixes are actually good. We're going to explore the differences here in this video. But first off, you're going to want to like and subscribe to the channel. That's the way I know I need to make more of these videos, okay? So you gotta do that. Then you gotta pick up the home studio toolbox. That's in the description down below. It's a toolbox giving you everything you need. Start making music in your home studio, plus a bunch of free tracks from the Match the Sound videos that I've done. So go and pick those up in the description box. It's 100% free. Okay, let's launch into these Megadeth mixes, remixes. And I thought I would start with the most infamous one, I think, which is the Rust in Peace one. Oh boy, I did a little short on this, but I want to dive into it. So this is the 1990 version. Let's play Holy War's The Punishment Due. Let's get our palate cleansed, so to speak, for listening to these things. Okay, so that sounds great to me. Guitars, thick, drums, punchy. Yes, it's not a modern sound, but guess what? It's made in 1990. Okay, Dave? Sometimes you just gotta leave things alone. But now we're gonna go to the different part. I want to go to specifically 5 Magics. Listen to the vocals on this. Right, sounds totally rockin'. Now let's go to 5 Magics. This is the 2004 remaster. Holy crap, it's so much louder. Let me turn down my volume a little bit. Master, much louder, much more compressed and crushed. I don't necessarily have a problem with that in and of itself, but listen to this. Whoa, what's going on, Dave? Here's different vocal takes? What is I mean, like, Dave, it's fine, you know, that's what your voice sounds like now, but that's not even anywhere close. I mean, I can't imagine picking this up in 2004 if you were a fan of the original and going, what is this? Replace vocal takes? And we hear it on Take No Prisoners as well.
Got one chance. Infiltrate them. Get it right. Terminate them. Panzers will.
I think on 5 Magics and Take No Prisoners, he literally re-recorded vocal takes and put that out as a remaster version of the album because the previous takes were either lost or they were damaged. And I get that can happen, but dude, you can't just do new takes, okay? You can't do that. You can't mess with the classic like that. You got one chance. Because, like, if you listen to the original 5 Magics, bestow upon me, like, the vocals sound so good, and then it's like, dude, you cannot freaking do that. I think some of the biggest differences between the mixes, the remix is so much louder. The drums sound replaced. Like, listen to the intro on Rust in Peace Polaris here. The snare's like clearly replaced. Listen to it here. Yeah, so maybe like the rest of the kit's not replaced, but the snare's replaced. It's Nick Menza. You can't replace the snare. What are you doing? I just don't get it. One of the better parts, I think, of the remix, though, is maybe the bass sound. You can actually hear the bass a little better. Like, the bass has more top end. You can clearly hear it there. I think that's one of the big upgrades. The bass guitar definitely gets lost a little bit in the Rust in Peace one, but the mix feels thicker overall. It just sounds like the 2004 one. Let's crush everything. Let's replace the drums. Let's replace vocal takes. And then let's just make everything super top-end heavy. And to me, not the move, Dave. I'm going to have to give a thumbs down on these Rust in Peace remasters. Overall, the trade-off, not good. Now let's move on to another one of these remaster situations here. Another terrible one is the Peace Sells But Who's Buying remaster. Okay, so they've got this remaster of Peace Sells But Who's Buying. Just listen up. Listen to Peace Sells. I mean, what is this? Where are the freaking drums, Dave? Every day. Drums sound super freaking fake. It's Gar Samuelson. You cannot replace his drums. No. So this is the 25th anniversary edition, and basically this is the 2012 remaster, but it's basically the original tracks. They don't remix it like they did on the 2003 one, okay? This is actually sort of the originals. So let me play that same Peace Sells clip. Oh, it sounds so much better. Way better. Now this one is mastered louder. If I can hear the freaking snare again. There's a snare. It's a thunderous snare. Let's go back to this 2003 one.
What do you mean I can't get to work on time?
The bass is like way too freaking loud. The bass is like 7 dB too loud. This is just freaking ridiculous. Also listen to the outro here. Right, it's got like all those delay tails. It sounds very organic. It sounds super cool. But on this one, what the frick is this? Some sort of phaser on this one? I don't get it, Dave. What are you doing? What are you doing to us here with these remixes? And that's kind of consistent. Wake Up Dead, I think, on the remaster. It actually sounds kind of bumping. It's all right. The drums still sound super weird for some reason, but I think this one's listenable. For some reason on the track Peace Sells, it sounds like freaking garbage. I don't know how to describe it here. Some of the back songs on the back half of the album, Good Morning Black Friday, Bad Omen, they sound basically the same. So I can't say I'm too upset there, but on Peace Sells, they totally blew the mix. It sounds freaking awful. Also, Dave's vocals like 7 dB louder. Like, basically, the Peace Sells remaster was, let's crush it, let's add 10 dB of top end, and then make Dave's vocal and the bass guitar 7 dB louder. I just don't understand it. I think it's so much worse than the original mix. Another down vote here from me. Now let's go to where I think maybe some improvements were made. Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. You can't even find the original mix on here. There's basically a remaster they did in 2003-ish when Dave was doing all the remixes. And then there's like the Final Kill cut, and that's this cut here. So I want to play, let's go to Killing Is My Business. Let's go to like the middle of the song here. Does it sound different from the original? Of course, but I think it is an upgrade in some degree. There's more listenability there. Yeah, some rawness is taken away, but we can actually hear stuff this time. The original Peace Sells mixes, the original Rest in Peace mixes, are good. You can hear everything. There's nothing wrong with it. There was no reason to remix them. The original Killing Is My Business, yeah, there's a strong case that wasn't the best produced. So this is the original remaster. Also sounds fine. It sounds like it has a little less power to it. I think on the Final Kill cut, they added a bunch more low end, so I do have to give them some props there. Okay, so here's the like original cut. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the same power. It's not nearly as loud. I actually like the original version the best. That's just my personal opinion. I did a personal remaster of 4 of the Megadeth albums, no joke, because I want to do my own master of it. And I remastered the original one, and that's the one I listened to, and it sounds absolutely great. So if you want to see a video on how to remaster classic albums to make them sound good, leave a comment down below, because I have a process for that. But I think this mix... yeah, I mean, it's just not the best produced, but it doesn't sound as bad as people say it is. If you just would have mastered it as loud as maybe the Final Kill, I think it sounds fine. This intro on Looking Down the Cross sounds better on remasters. Although it's a little too brick-walled. I like how Looking Down the Cross in the original, it's like very meandering. I don't know. I like that it starts super, super quiet to me. But I mean, the Final Kill, I give it credit. I think it does what it's supposed to do, bring out the original material in a much better way. I give a thumbs up to the Final Kill. I think they did a good job with that one. I still like the original more, but I get it. I get why they did this version of the remaster, so I can't hate on Dave for that one. So he's 1 for 3 so far. Let's go to So Far So Good So What, another album that people think has crappy production, and I think there's a case to be made on both sides here. So this is the remaster. Let's listen to Set the World Afire. So there's that replace snare sound. For some reason, Dave was obsessed with 2004 with replacing every Megadeth record with the same snare sound. It annoys the living crap out of me, but that's just what he decided to do, I guess. If everyone's listened to the original mix, the chorus is gone from the guitars. Let me play the original mix here. So way muddier, a bunch more reverb, and some chorus on the rhythm guitars. I think it sounds cool and vibey. I know that people hate on this original mix. I like it. It sounds fun. It sounds cool. It's eminent of the era. It has a personality. I think what drives me nuts about modern metal production today, and I posted that short about M Shadows, is it's so safe. The production is so safe. Everything is slammed. It's all the same drum samples. This production, yeah, it sounds weird, but it has character. It sounds like a record of its own. It sounds like something unique. No other record sounds like this record. I think that's what makes it unique. Remember, guys, art is about being unique in some degree too, not using the same drum samples and guitar tones for freaking everything. Mary Jane is so good. Listen to that snare. I mean, let's listen to Mary Jane on the remaster. Yeah, you can hear everything better, but it's lost some of that character. Definitely sounds more balanced. I mean, I have to give it that for sure. This one sounds super scoop. I think most obviously is In My Darkest Hour. The difference between the remaster and the original is In My Darkest Hour does not have the acoustic intro. It just goes right into it. I do not mind the acoustic intro. I don't think that is Megadeth heresy. I think that is great. That's beautiful. It sets the mood for the song. Yeah, the remix does a good job with In My Darkest Hour for sure there. So I think if you like either of these mixes, I can't hate on you. So I'm going to give a middle thumb to Dave. It is a different mix. I think it's maybe a better representation of the original material. But to me, the original, this is something cool about it. You know, it's like eating your grandma's chocolate cake, right? Maybe it's not made to the perfect specs. Maybe she uses a little too much frosting. Maybe there's a little too much chocolate in there. But it's the cake you grew up with, right? And it's not like the perfectly balanced chocolate cake. I know we're making a weird cake reference, but that's when it comes to these Megadeth remixes I think about. Funny thing for me is when I first discovered Megadeth, all that was on the streaming services are the freaking remixes. So that's what I grew up with until I discovered the originals, like Rust in Peace. And now I can't listen to the originals anymore. I mean, I can't listen to the remixes anymore. I have to listen to the originals because they're better, they're rawer, they sound cool. The production has some uniqueness to them. So let me know, what do you think about these Megadeth remixes? Which ones are better? Which ones are worse? Break down each album for me. I went through it here. You know my opinion, but I want to hear yours. And if you want to see a part 2 of this video where I go through the 90s material, let me know in a comment down below and I'll go through it, because there's some weird freaking decisions on those 90s material albums. So leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.